Our scoreboard set up, and we're going to get right underway.
And we've seen this matchup before. The hype is coming from the crowd.
I am especially excited for this particular match.
Okay.
So we would not be facing off every game. It will be the first face-off, and possession stays on the side. That is how the women's tournament has been played throughout the day, which has been a bit of a bane for some of our North Carolina players that are definitely used to doing a face-off each time.
1-0.
But for Sarah, it couldn't have gone better. The first point of the game to Ms. Weissman.
Yeah, Sarah's going to try to establish her A offense, which is going to be cut under and potentially right wall over.
Yeah, I've been saying all day. I've been watching Sarah's right wall unders, and every time it scores, it feels like a punch to the chest. She has all the power and she needs behind those shots. So much you often see her pucks fly off. Ooh.
Beautiful over from Angie.
Yeah, great. Over can tie us up 1-1.
There's that cut.
Answer right back.
And we've seen both these ladies play earlier today, but I have to absolutely acknowledge the intensity is a level 10, if not 11 in comparison. They want this so bad. They've been talking about it. I've interviewed them both, and this is what they're here for.
Quite the volley here, trying to find an angle that's going to suit them.
Ooh,
and she loses possession.
Error.
Ooh, clipping off the mallet there. It's going to grow Sarah's lead.
And you can hear just how quiet it is in here. The exact same energy we brought for the doubles championship is here for the women's.
It just shows the amount of...
Everyone is holding their breath, waiting to see how this is going to play out. Fantastic block.
Blocking the over. Ooh, and she responds with an over of her own. I believe, if I'm correct, I believe that the format for this match will be best 4 out of 7 games. And so we're going to buckle in and know that they have plenty of air hockey to play, and they can't let one game, can't let one goal get to them. You hear it from the words of Ted Lasso, having the memory like a goldfish. Don't let anything that in your past reflect what's going to happen in your future.
Game point, 3.
Sarah, game point.
Yeah, Sarah's automatically cut right now. You can see she's starting to establish it.
4.
Angie's not letting it go down with a fight. She's refusing to be 7-3'd. Instead,
but she will be 7-4. Sarah has a very
7-4.
strong showing. Now, she has a true athlete's mentality. She is immediately walking away from the table, walking away from people. That isolation is necessary. We saw Avery do his pacing, and we know Sarah is going to go get her time, get her headphones. If she can, it may not be long enough, but we know she knows how to get her head right.
Yeah, we see Angie's going to talk to the people in her corner, getting some advice, trying to pop in and get some best insight, best practices for what they need to change on the table.
Yes, that's actually Angie's husband, Brandon Dimauro.
Yeah, Brandon came by earlier and was we saw him when Angie was facing off, and he seemed to be ecstatic. Like anytime she won a game, he would jump out of his seat, run to go greet her. And it's great to see the love that can come with air hockey. As some myself who has a romantic partner involved in the game, it's great to seeing them succeed, because when they win, you win. Absolutely. We're up into game number 2.
Angie's going to have to stop Sarah's cut.
1-0.
Ooh, what does I say that?
When we talk about a cut, we talk about right walls, and if you're not really familiar with that kind of vernacular, a cut really is meant to be a very deceptive shot because you take the full swing of your arm, and it can look like either a straight shot or a right wall, just like you saw Sarah was able to do there. She takes her second score of the game.
Yeah, that's why they're considered complementary shots.
3-0.
And what you're trying to do as a player is to get them in what is called 50-50,
1-3.
which is they're guessing 50% of the time. They're guessing it's either going to be a cut or it's going to be an under.
And you're really hoping they're also bad at math to take that
Hopefully
50-50 and properly. Yeah.
4-1.
Right, we are 4-1. Weissman.
That was a beautiful forehand.
I believe Angie hails from Colorado, and we talked about maybe what that altitude is going to do for your lung capacity and how that might contribute in any way, shape, or form to your air hockey performance.
And there's no research to say it doesn't.
5-1.
And that's how science works, right?
We are in Texas.
2-5.
Nice cut.
Yeah.
A lot of force behind
Another
that shot. You
cut.
really
She's
could
got
see
a-
the table almost shake.
That's what
Put
they
in the
call
goal.
a swing cut.
Swing cut, where you have that full radius of your arm swing out.
Because, and it really makes the defender flinch quite a bit because they think it's going to be
Just like
an
that,
under.
she'll take the forearm.
2-0.
You see Weissman will immediately pace off. We talked to her earlier about what she's got going on in those headphones. She talked, she's a little bit of rap. She says in her dire need, she gave a shout to the Suicide Boys for giving her that proper hype. If you haven't looked them up, they got some bangers, I guess you can call them. That I think they're called like the little trap emo boys. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of research about athletes and how they choose the music they do. Beats per minute is very important. You want to get your heart rate to the ideal resting rate to compete whatever event it is. So it may actually be different for someone who plays air hockey versus someone who throws in the Olympics versus a swimmer. You really want to get to your optimal level, and a lot of times we find music to listen to that'll get us there.
I really appreciate the insight because I always like, you know, a lot of people use music when they work out. They use it when they're like trying to push their limits. So it's really kind of cool to see how athletes, especially in the world of air hockey, are using music to really drown out all the excess noise. I mean, from here, Sarah can't hear us. She can't hear the people next to her muttering about their game. But we're going to go ahead and go into game number 3. Let's play some puck.
To my left.
It's a good block. Angie kind of needs to start cheating on that cut. She needs to do something. She needs
Ready,
to
ma'am?
force
Flip up.
Sarah into hitting more under and take away that straight.
Mm. 1-0.
Coming out swinging.
2-0.
One of those nice right walls. She tries to answer the left wall of her own, just skimming it.
And that's from Sarah putting in the work on those cuts. Because right now, Angie's trying to sell out.
3-0.
She's trying to sell out for the cut. And she's reacting too slow to the
4-0.
under.
Yeah, it's just under after under after under, just sneaking her way. And I can only imagine how often Sarah has taken that shot in her life, and how it kind of feels like second nature at that point, right?
Oh, it's automatic.
Yeah, they say basketball players can shoot free throws in their sleep. At this point, I think Sarah Weissman can shoot a right wall under with her eyes closed.
Well, when I was speaking with Sarah earlier, I asked her, how long have you been playing air hockey? She says, what age do babies learn how to hold a mallet? And that's what we're seeing today. It is second nature because it's her only nature. She is air hockey herself.
And so you can see off screen, you have the Weissman dynasty. You see Tim and Jacob kind of watching from afar. Jacob kind of reveling in, securing second place there in the doubles championship, hoping to support his sister as she hopes to become the first, woman champion of this kind of format. This is the first time we've had a
7-0. 3-0.
And we have
women's
a 7-0,
bracket.
folks. She is powered off again like we saw with Avery. The adrenaline is just so high. You have to walk. If you stand still, you'll explode.
Yeah, we saw that with Avery. We saw the pacing there. And it's just a sight to see. Sarah, she took a full lap around and ends up on the other side of the table where she needs to be for her next game. So we enter game number 4 of this. Wait, game number 3? I'm sorry.
This will be game number 4.
Game number 4. Best 4 out of 7.
She could end it all right here. Sarah could walk away with 4 out of 7.
Yeah, and
she just crushed with a 7-0. Can she do it again?
This is where, if you're in Angie's shoes, I'd really recommend taking those timeouts whenever she jumps up in those leads. Matter of fact, Angie is allowed to take 2 minutes. This is where I would highly recommend taking those 2 minutes to help kind of stall the momentum from Sarah. But they're going right at it, so let's see what happens.
I often find myself forgetting I can do that. Sometimes I get so much in my own head, I forget I can take a timeout or do anything of that sort.
I typically take a timeout when I go down 2 points on the matter.
I've heard, when I've interviewed Jacob Weissman, I think he told me his rule. If I get scored on 3 times in a row, I'm taking an immediate timeout.
2-1.
There's that big old swing, that big old right wall.
2-2.
Yeah, Sarah's done a fantastic job establishing her complementary offense. It's that cut under, and it's working to perfection.
3-2. Three.
Ooh, tied up. The very small lead that Angie had quickly diminishes. Sarah's trying to get her momentum back. Close out this match.
4-3.
Angie already scoring. Oh, yeah.
This is a different Angie than we saw in last game. She seems much more determined, much more focused.
4-4.
Yeah, she scored
Forcing
4.
her pace just a little.
Yeah, I'm sure that she probably got a bit of a pep talk from her corner. Just like Sarah's taking her lap, I'm sure Angie needs to be taking hers.
Yeah, Angie's been really successful with that left wall under. I'd like to see her shoot it some more.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite shots in the game is a left wall under, and seeing the way she's able to pull it off is just something to behold.
5-4.
There's that cut.
Yep, it's a big old swing cut. And that's what the Weissmans are known for. They're known for cut under lines.
Five.
Very. Yeah, you see she has to take a breather from that one. Don't want to let that affect the rest of your game.
To my right.
No.
Yeah, some obvious frustration there.
And Sarah is talking herself. Never a good sign from athletes. That means frustration is starting to set in. She has such a strong showing right now. I do believe she can pull her head together.
Yeah, and this is really not the place to start getting frustrated. You're up 3 games. You have all the momentum in the world. You have all the time in the world. You have your timeouts. You just need to kind of figure out what has gotten you this far and keep doing it. You only got 2 points to go to seal this off, but Angie is not going down without a fight. 6-5. Ooh, she tried the transition. That was... Oh, and just like that, 7-5. Angie will get herself on the board and make sure that this is not a shutout. She is going to make Colorado proud as she attempts to be the women champions of the 2023 Houston Air Hockey Championship, celebrating 50 years of air hockey. You see Sarah's going to go ahead and take her lap as we are going to go ahead and take that 1-minute break. This game is far from over. We got at least 7 more points to watch. Thank you for joining us, Marcus, by the way.
Oh, no problem. I think what you saw was the formula to try to beat Sarah. That left wall under paired potentially with a cross straight. Those are the complementary shots. That's not necessarily Angie's A offense, but you have to adjust, right? So these are the micro adjustments that they're making in between games, and maybe she saw that. We'll find out.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of really interesting angles. I'm seeing a lot of attempts at some transitions. I'm seeing some great defense. And, you know, when it comes to air hockey, I always tell people, like, you're not going to stop the other person from scoring 7 points on you. Your job is to score 7 points first. And I think that both of these players...
3 games to 1, possible tournament game.
We enter game number
Puck starts
5.
to my right.
I'll tell you what,
But
there's no doubt about it right now. These 2 girls are the best in the game so far from the women's standpoint right now.
And we've seen some serious talent, including Jody Jackson, who was on these tables herself earlier. She had a feature match earlier.
There it is.
There's
the
that left wall.
under. That's what we were talking about.
2-0.
And she'll take the second.
And Sarah has possession.
Oh, she's
And
sitting on
quickly
that
turns
cut.
it over.
3-0 timeout.
There's the timeout.
There's the Jacob Weissman and Sarah Weissman might have similar philosophies. If I get scored on 3 times in a row and I don't have an answer, take 10 seconds.
10,000.
It's in the DNA.
Well, ready? Flip up.
Or as they like to call it, their bloodline, because this is a dynasty they're
1,
building.
3.
Sarah Weissman gets herself on the board.
To my right.
See, that's what a timeout can do for you. She goes from 3-0 to then scoring, and then Angie with an unforced error, and now she can potentially close it out to 3-2.
I've been hearing that phrase a lot, the phrase unforced error. What can you tell me about what that looks like, what that's represented by in an air hockey game?
Yeah, an unforced error.
Is that right wall over there?
Yeah.
We should have pulled that one out.
An unforced error is when the player has
3, 4.
offensive possession, fires off the puck, but then loses it without the defense causing them to lose it. So they end up losing the puck, and then it goes back to the defense.
So that's what they call it when I do that. So I do that all the time, and I just thought I was just playing badly. And for
But she looked good doing it. It's a tie here. We're at 4-4.
hey, we're gonna again give a shout out to timeouts as
5, 4.
Sarah found herself down 3 points. Now she finds herself only down 1. She was able to kind of readjust, just like Angie's been trying to
That
readjust.
was an unforced error.
Goaltending.
Goaltending, so she will get a free shot at her goal.
That was a technical.
10.4.
At a crucial time as well. We are at 6-4. Couldn't think of a worse time.
And the worst. Ooh,
5.
left
Game
fall
point.
under overrun. The worst thing about that technical is that Sarah did that to herself. She struck that, and I think the angle of the mallet just got hit right into their shirt, and that's what goaltending will do. It gives you a free technical shot.
Tournament point, game point.
Error
A
now.
timeout is called. I was about to say, if you don't call your timeout right now, I don't know what else this is used
And
for.
this is potential tournament point as well. This is not just the game riding.
10,000.
I'm nervous.
Both players ready?
I
I'm
am
nervous.
very nervous.
Flip up.
I haven't stopped sweating for the past 13 hours.
She needs to shoot the left wall.
She tries her left wall.
And yes, throughout the
just
crowd, we
like
have a 7-6.
that.
Angie has got herself
Whoa.
2-2.
Whoa, indeed. I don't think we need to say anything more. That puts us at 2-3. So I believe Sarah has taken 3 games, and Angie just took her second. Sarah's only 1 game away. Angie's crawling herself back, looking for the famed reverse sweep. We have heard legends. I have heard rumblings from the forests of Houston,
We saw
Texas.
it earlier today in the doubles competition, a reverse sweep. And I believe that team made it pretty far.
Yeah, and we'd love to see it. We are going to go ahead and head our way into game number 6. You know, am I a bit selfish to say I want to see a game 7? I want to see Angie win this, and let's make it a best 1 out of 1.
It is.
Am I a bad person for saying that?
You are not. I
think
don't
this
think
is-
we want
Both
to see
players
it.
ready? Flip up.
This is the highlight of women's air hockey. I want to see every point of every second we can get out of it.
Squeak, ring it out. Yeah.
1.
Absolutely.
Okay, Angie will draw first blood there.
She hit with the cross, and that was set up because she's been shooting that left wall so much. That is the complimentary shot.
See, Sarah blocks that left wall. Oof, she transitions just back in time to block the cut.
She went cross side. Cut off goal. And back to the left wall right
Angie
now.
is unforced error.
There
She
you
had
go.
such a volley too. Oh, thanks.
Pick that up.
Oh,
1-1.
I have not seen an over from Sarah like that in a hot minute, but when she does, it feels so good. What a shot.
2, 1.
Left wall. Sarah's going to pull out all the angles she has at her disposal because she's realizing that if she slows down, Angie is going to find her pace.
I think what you're seeing right now is Sarah's actually starting to adjust to Angie's level under. And that would be the time for Angie to hit her cross.
3, 1.
You see, you even see Sarah tap her goal there because that's a cheeky way to get a score. Have it rattle off your mallet like that.
She did go for the cross. It just a little bit too much center.
Goes for the cross. What a volley. Sarah, 4-1, 3 points away from the title of women's champion.
2 points away.
Timeout.
Timeout is called.
We've got panting, having breathing from both
Ready?
players. They've been laying it out on the line. The stamina and cardio is going to have to pay off.
Ooh, it's not pop right out in the right wall.
Match point, tournament point, 1.
Tournament point, folks. Potential tournament point.
Blocking the under. And I will say, if I showed you this game and I would have told you that earlier in the set that Angie got 7-0, I wouldn't have believed you. I think that Angie has definitely found a pace there, regardless of the outcome, that is able to find her aggression, to find her shots, to kind of put herself as someone worthy to be in this tournament, someone worthy to win this tournament, in fact.
Well, and I think it's a great point defending. Sarah Weissman really advocated for the fact that the women's final should be 4 out of 7, and she took it all the way.
The right wall over. Congratulations, Sarah Weissman. Yes, we're going to have interview place. Jody, go ahead and take your mark.
I have not been more excited once today than I am right now.
Absolutely. I will signal you when you're ready. But Marcus, what a game. Thank you for popping in to help commentate with us.
My pleasure.